Awesome. Aloha, everyone. Welcome on this Thursday afternoon here in Hawaii. Actually, it's midday for us. And we just want to say thank you so much for joining in to this beautiful heart-to-heart conversation that we have every single week. We really clued in on the fact that people love to hear other people's stories, especially when they're success stories, because those really cut straight to our hearts and we can really relate to not only things that are going on within our lives, but also with things that are actually going on with lives that are around us as well. I'm going to do one other thing. One moment here, guys.
And I'll just take a moment to introduce myself. Kamaile and I are co-hosting together because teamwork makes the dream work. But my name is Tara Ornellas. Thank you everybody for being here. We're going to share today a few testimonies about our products and what they've done for people within our organization and friends and family and how it's helped and impacted their lives. And then at the end, I'll share a little bit about our business and what it's done for me. And then I'll hand it over to my friend and business partner, Sarah Redican, to just kind of close it up for us at the end. But Kamaile is going to start off at first, and she's going to just share a little bit about, just briefly about our products and why they're so wonderful. Are you ready, Kamaile?
Yeah, I think we've got it here. Thank you, Rusty. Well, I wanted to, again, thank you so much for joining in. We show up every single week to share about basically a new technology that is just blowing doors in regards to how we are actually approaching our health. I normally do a very detailed call on Wednesday afternoons that really dive into the science behind these activators that really talk to our bodies and our cells in such a way that it no longer is just going through our digestional tract and hoping and praying that we are getting the nutrition out of the things that we're eating. Hopefully we're even starting off with a great diet and good things that we're putting into our bodies to nourish it, but also to build our immune system so that we can not only stay healthier in the here and now, but that we can look forward to a very long and prosperous and healthy life. So really this new technology, I just love to say, just talks directly to the cell. It's just so amazing what it does when we can give our bodies the right tools to, what we say, flip the switch to turn on our body's natural ability to actually heal itself that we were intended to do from day one, but we start to lose that ability as we start to age. Man, the testimonies that you're about to hear, well, we like to call them stories. The stories that you're about to hear, the way that these have really showed up in people's lives are just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with somebody who's near and dear to me as we grow in our friendship, and her name is Krystal Jacobs. She actually is at work right now, so we're going to go ahead and let her share right now. She works at Kaiser. She is a medical assistant. She's in an operating room most days, and she really helps people actually kind of help them to prevent things such as cancer, skin cancer. She's also a full-time mom of 3, as well as putting herself through nursing school. So I really like to welcome her. Her story, you guys, is phenomenal. So I can't wait for you to listen in and hear. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. And Krystal, if you'd like to share and unmute, maybe Rusty can unmute.
Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. So my name is Krystal. I'm 40 and I just started taking Protandim very end of June, early July. I started because I had really bad migraines, chronic migraines. I take 7 different medication, including painkillers. I would go to the ER maybe 2 or 3 times a year for morphine shots and IV fluids. About 2 months in, my migraines got a lot better. My neurologist gave me the clear to cut my medication in half. So instead of 7 different medications, I take maybe 4, but the dosing is all cut in half. including a once a month shot that I would take to prevent migraine. So that's how I started taking Protandim. What happened was a lot more. In October, I took my blood test from my primary care doctor, and my cholesterol, my triglycerides went down 80 points. This is with no dieting, no food changing, no exercise. My good cholesterol went up, my bad cholesterol went down. I also had a very fatty liver, to the point that they were telling me that cirrhosis might happen and I had to do some sort of intervention. My blood tests were double the amount for my liver that it should have been. And in October's blood tests, everything was back within normal range. So although I started with migraines, all the things on the inside that I didn't even realize was going on, the Protandim and the Axial seemed to really help it without me even knowing. And if I had known this before, I like to think that I should have taken it long before things started to go bad. I probably should have started taking it a very long time ago. So that's my story. With the migraines, it's so much better. It's the occurrence is even cut in half with the amount of episodes. I've been better for my kids, present for my kids, present at work. It's an all around helpful thing for me to take. I don't go a day without it. It's in my purse. There's like 5 in my purse just in case I forget one.
That is amazing. And tell them what your kids and your husband said. I think that those are sometimes the best testimonies when they show up.
I got my husband to also take it, possibly because I kept nagging him, but I don't care what it takes. I'm going to put everybody on it just because I see it and I want the best for my kids. And even though they don't have anything going on, I want to prevent the inevitable, the future from happening to them. So my daughter is 8 and she drinks Axio and she loves it.
Awesome. That is so awesome. So your numbers, just to clarify too, your numbers came back like significantly lower in regards to the fatty liver, right? When you just
yes, I'm absolutely within range, as opposed to in July, I was double the amount that it should have been. I'm not even borderline. I'm within the range of liver. Yeah.
That is so amazing. So yay. Well, thank you for saying yes. I'm so glad that you took the plunge and that you are now sharing your amazing story with so many others to also to impact their lives. And if I didn't mention beforehand, you're listening to a team of people who have actually linked arms with a company called LifeVantage. We are literally at the forefront of nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is really just kind of bringing together nutrition, like I talked about in the beginning, but also naturally occurring compounds within our bodies to actually, once again, activate our cellular healing process. Again, something that we're just born naturally to do, but we lose that ability to actually ward off some of these ailments and symptoms. You know, as we get older at the ripe age of 20, can you believe it? We already start aging. So Tara is going to do me the pleasure of introducing somebody on her in her friend circle, and she's going to share.
Thanks, Kamaile. Yes, I'm going to pass this on to my other business partner, Jackie. She is an amazing mom. She's actually pregnant again with her second child. She's a retired dancer. Her body has been through a lot, and she has a wonderful story to share. So go ahead, Jackie, take it away.
All right. Can everyone hear me? Yay. All right. Thank you, Tara. Yes, as she said, my name is Jackie Dowsett, and this is actually my first time sharing my testimony. So here we go. A little bit about me. I was born and raised on Oahu, but now I live in on beautiful the island of Maui with my husband and my daughter, who's almost 4. And yes, baby on the way. She'll be here at the end of this month. So super exciting. And all growing up, I was a dancer, and I went on to go to college in Dallas, Texas at SMU for dance performance. And also my backup plan was an elementary education in case I didn't make it as a dancer. I had a backup plan. But fortunately, right after graduating from college, I auditioned to be a Radio City Rockette, and luckily booked the job and got to be a Rockette for 6 years, which was super awesome. And then I became a backup dancer for Cher, and I got to dance with her in her show in Las Vegas for a couple years, and then on tour in 2014 in the US, and also dance doubled for her in the movie Burlesque. I also dance doubled for Cameron Diaz in the movie What to Expect When You're Expecting, and I got to be a Cheerio on the first 3 seasons of Glee. So it was a super exciting, amazing career I got to have, but I always knew that it would come with a shelf life and an expiration date, because I was told when I was really young, if you want to be a professional dancer, you'll be lucky to make it to the age of 30 because your body will give out on you. But actually my body gave out a lot earlier than 30. At the age of 20, when I was still in college, is when I got my first really devastating back injury, lower back injury. And when I went to look at my MRIs with the doctor, he basically said, listen, your discs are degenerated. You have multiple herniated and bulging discs in your lower back, and you have the back of a 70-year-old woman. And I'm like, what? I'm only 20 and I want to be a professional dancer. And basically he said, good luck with that. And you will always deal with pain. And here's a cortisone shot. You're going to need one every 6 months. So that started the journey of just knowing that I was going to be in pain. But I really didn't want that to stop my career and what I wanted to do. So I figured ballet was out, but I wanted to be a Rockette. I thought somehow that would be easier. And that's just silly, because Rockettes is one of the hardest dance jobs out there, because we do up to 4 shows a day. So on a 4-show day, we're doing 1,300 kicks, which is super physically demanding. It just rocks your body. So I was already at the place of being in so much pain that it hurt. My back hurt every moment of every day. It hurt when I slept at night. I never didn't feel my pain. So basically to do the show, I had to be on cortisone pills, muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories, and pain relievers. So that was just so that I could get through my job. The rest of the year, I didn't want to be reliant on pharmaceutical drugs to feel not in pain. So I just dealt with the pain. I didn't take anything. And then every time Rockettes would come around, the season would come around, I would get back on to those prescription drugs just to do my job. So that was up until I'm 29. Then I start dancing for Cher. And to make a long story short, my foot basically ended up getting so injured that I had holes all throughout the cartilage in my big toe, and I needed a total toe replacement, which means that I now have a bionic toe. And if you've never seen one, this is what the inside of my toe looks like now. So I have 2 titanium screws that make up my big toe, and it's extremely painful. I was seeing the best doctors, Cher's doctors were taking care of me. We were trying to do everything we could, PT and chiropractor and stem cells, but basically I knew I was dancing through the pain. Nothing was working, and I knew that my career was going to come to an end. So I made it to the age of 34. I was really grateful and thankful, but I was in a lot of pain. So since after I stopped my career, I've had 4 foot surgeries and a baby. Kind of went through a depression because I was basically just like the shell of a person I had just been. I couldn't walk, I couldn't dance. I was always in pain. I gained a lot of weight, and it was really sad. But luckily, my dear friend Miley Ginger, about a year and a half ago, introduced me to this company and these products, and she didn't want me to be in pain anymore. And honestly, at first I was a little hesitant. I was like, oh no, like another network marketing thing. Like, I've done that before. I have enjoyed products from other companies, but I just was hesitant. I was like, not again, kind of a thing. So that was silly, because luckily I eventually sat down, listened to the science, was kind of blown away by how much scientific backing there were with the peer-reviewed studies and all the patents. And I was like, you know what? I know that I've tried everything, but if something all natural could actually work for me, I would be so grateful. So I've got to give this one a try. And sure enough, 2 months later, I realized, oh, I'm working out. And I used to be out for 4 days. Like I couldn't walk, everything hurt, my joints, everything, rolling out of bed like an 80-year-old person, and just thought, this is my life. This is what I have to deal with because of my career and what I had put my body through. But I was like, wow, like my aches and pains, they don't really hurt. And then suddenly, like my legs started to go up again. I got my turns back. I could see that the old me was coming back, and I didn't think that was possible, or 2 years ago, like at all. Like I was just couldn't do anything. So that was that. The other cool part of this testimony too is when I became pregnant this time around, I decided on my own just to get off the activators. And then that was really silly because all of my pain came back, my knee, hip, back, everything. And I was like, oh no, I can't go through another pregnancy like the last one where my back pain was so incredible. It just was awful. So I took my activators to my doctor and I said, please, these are all natural, but can you look at the ingredients? I really like to go back on them. They were really helping with my pain. And she said, yeah, there's nothing in these that you can't take while pregnant. Go for it. So I got back on them, and within a week, all my pain was gone. And that's just when I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I will never not take these. Like, this is how I can live a life that, it's not 100% pain-free. I mean, my foot does still hurt because I am dealing with foreign, titanium in my body, but I can't imagine what the inflammation levels would be and the amount of pain I would be in if I wasn't on these. So again, I'm grateful every day. And I love that the part of this too is that getting to share this with other people and watching it change their lives. And then they have results like that. And of course, we can't claim to treat or cure any diseases or illnesses, but I do know how I feel, and I'm just so incredibly grateful. So for any of you that it's this first time on a call, just know that whoever invited you to this, it took guts to invite you, and then it took your time to get here and listen. And I just hope you take it to heart, because I kind of wish I didn't wait longer. And I've told Miley that I wish she came and like shook me and was like, Jackie, you needed to take this. This is going to help you, but she didn't. And but I got here. I looked at the science, I did the research, and I'm here now. I will always take these. I'm so grateful to not have to be on prescription meds and get to feel this way and be like my old selves again. So anyway, that's my story. Thanks for listening.
Goodness, Jackie, that was absolutely amazing. Not only to hear your before children life in style and all the amazing things that you've accomplished, but also to just know that, taking that leap of faith and listening to a friend that has brought something to you, how drastically that has changed your life, especially when you're chasing after little ones. It's just, it's so interesting how we can all relate to the fact that pain is such a debilitator in our lives, that when we have the absence of pain, we actually can feel and do things and actually accomplish things because our mental capacity can actually handle that. But I wanted to bring out one quick point is most of us are not willing to change up our health regimen. We're so stuck in our ways to actually just do what we were told all along. When I say new technology for our bodies, this truly is an amazing breakthrough. And we have a Washington State University that says that this is potentially the biggest breakthrough in the history of basically modern medicine. And that was back in 2015. So when we actually humble ourselves to listen in, to do what the next thing is, and what I love, what my friend Sarah says is that, would you rather be stuck with a flip phone and just typing in A so you get to C, or would you rather have the iPhone 12.1? Seriously, guys, this is what we're talking about. So our next beautiful mama is Hoakalei, and she is about to share her testimony and her story of activation.
Can everybody hear me? Hello, everybody. Okay. I'm a little nervous, but here we go. Hello, my kako. My name is Hoakalei Sasaoka. I'm 24 years old. I was a D1 collegiate volleyball player at American University in DC. I am now a wife, a mama of a 5-month-old baby girl, Alora. I'm a health coach and a student of La'aulapa'au, and I'm so very grateful for these products and this community of people. And I want to thank Auntie Mel and Auntie Tara for introducing us to these products. Okay, so before getting on these products, I was riddled with poor bowel movement, meaning I was on the shitter for, excuse my language, but for a good amount of time. I was on on the crapper for about 45 minutes all the time, trying to get my poop out. I was riddled with chronic fatigue, meaning I was tired all the time. And at 24 years old, you'd be thinking like, oh, she should be out and about, like going on hikes, this and that. And then I found out that I was pregnant, and I was also suffering from depression, anxiety, hypothyroidism, anemia, and vertigo. Crazy stuff. So I was on my hands and knees praying for an answer. As I was preparing for mamahood, I was praying. And thank God, my family was introduced to these products, Hoakalei Vantage. And at 6 months, my parents actually started taking the products, and they're the guinea pigs. My dad, straight Konak. So he has all of the Konak attacks and symptoms of like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, pre-diabetes for about 10 years. And he was never paddling. My dad was raised by the water, raised in the ocean. He wasn't paddling like how he used to. And now he's in the water every day. And after 3 months of being on the products, he was no longer pre-diabetic. He was in the normal ranges for all of his blood tests. And I was like, I need to get on these products. I need to get on this thing, because I'm going to be a mom, and I want to be a present mom. I want to be an energetic mom. I want to be there for my baby and for my husband and for myself. And so at 8 months, I got on the Vitality Stack, and that was a freaking game changer. Every day for 8 months of my pregnancy, I was like, oh, here we go again. And I was trying to stay positive. I had like my whole spiritual practice going, but I was missing something. I needed something for my body to get activated. I knew I needed something, and I had a healthy diet. I was active, I was physically active, but I needed something, you know? And so with these products, I was waking up ready to go. The Axio is actually what I started with, the decaf, and then the Vitality Stack. And every morning I was like, okay, I got this shit. And after 2 months of being on the products, my hypothyroidism was gone. Every day I wake up with tons of energy. I'm super present with my family, my husband. I'm actually going to get my ISSA, if anybody knows that. It's for personal training. And I want to become a personal trainer now. And I'm just filled with life, and my poops. Let me tell you, this might be TMI, but I can poop in 5 minutes. And if you know anybody that has trouble pooping, you'll get on a really normal pooping schedule. So yeah, that's another benefit. But our whole entire family is super grateful, and this is why we do and share and have you guys all on, because it's truly something that everybody should be on, because everybody can benefit from it, young to old, everybody in between. So thank you guys. Have a great day.
Yay, thank you. Great job. I love it when you speak, because you speak from the heart, you know, you're real, and that's what we all can relate to, you know? And for me, when I first was introduced to the products, I love the idea of activating my body, basically just flipping a switch on to be able to get my body to make these wonderful antioxidants that it can naturally make, you know? And then once I caught on to that science, I was like, I need my whole family to be on this. This is important to me and my family for our overall health, you know? But I'll just share with you guys a little bit about my background and how I got here today, and just touch upon the business a little bit. But as I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking where I was so many years ago. I don't normally get emotional, but all of a sudden it just hit me. I always worked for somebody. So for about 13 years, I worked a corporate job, and it was fun in the beginning because I was young, it was new, but I learned really quickly that where my place was, you know, the CEO was always at the top of this pyramid, and the assistant was always going to be at the bottom. And of course, the CEO is always going to make more. And me as an assistant, I'm always going to make less. And in order to get a raise, you have to go through all these people to get to the top, to get some kind of an approval because you worked really, really hard and you felt like you deserved a raise. I networked a lot. I learned to sell and network from the best. I built a lot of really good relationships. But then I decided to scale it down a little bit as my family started to grow. I'm a mom of 3. And I took another job with a smaller business and I did electrical exporting, which is just like, what is that? But it was for a small business in the town that I work in. My boss took really good care of me. My kids were really young, below the age of 5, all 3 of them. And I learned that I never owned my own time still. Like, even though I only had to answer to this one man every day at work, if I needed to ask for off, it would either be a yes or a no. And if he said, I really need you in the office today, I had to show up. If my kids were sick, I would have to drag them with me, put them in my car, fever and all, lay the blanket down. I can still picture it behind my desk with their blanket and their toys, snacks to keep them quiet because I'd be on the phone a lot, giving them Motrin to try to like keep the fever away, hoping that they wouldn't throw up on my office floor, like just reality, like mom things, because I had to be at work. Because if I didn't show up, I wouldn't get paid. And my parents taught me the value of hard work from a really young age. They taught me to work hard, get an education, be independent. And I thought that that's what that looked like. Going to work for somebody for 30 to 40 years and then maybe retiring or having enough money saved to be able to retire. And that was a path I was on until my lovely friend Katie here introduced this to me. And I realized, whoa, you know, like I can build an asset. I can work hard for 2 to 5 years and maybe I could step away and the wheel would just keep spinning without me. That was an amazing concept. And the light bulb just went off. And I was like, you know, if I don't make a change now, I'm going to be in the same place that I've been for the last 15, 16 years working for an employer. So I jumped in and I did the business and I followed a really simple system that LifeVantage has, and it worked. And it's been 3 years and I make more than I did when I worked full time. I worked 40 to 50 hours a week. I missed out on crucial moments with my babies, you know, and I can never get that time back. But now going forward, I can keep my time. I can choose to do something different that's a little outside of the box. But for my family and for myself, you know, there is another way. And anyway, that's just a little bit about my business testimony. I'm gonna hand it over to my friend and partner, Sarah Redican. She'll share a little bit about her business testimony. She's a kindergarten teacher. She has her master's in education. She's worked really, really hard. She's been in the business a little bit longer than me, and she has an amazing story to tell. So go for it, Sarah.
Oh, thanks, Tara. I've been crying throughout this entire thing, and I just try to get myself together so I can actually talk to you all. But just hearing these testimonies is exactly why we want to share this business. The reason somebody invited you to listen to this call is because it has changed their life. The products have changed all of our lives. That is the reason that we all, that are distributors here on this call, the reason we said yes to this company, to LifeVantage, is because of the products. They have changed my life dramatically. My husband is 10 years older than me. He was gonna have shoulder surgery. After a couple of months on this product, the pain was gone, the popping was gone, no more cortisone shots, no more physical therapy, absolutely pain-free now. He can work, he can live, he can surf. For me, like Hoakalei, I was a Division I athlete and I annihilated my body when I was younger. And these products have given me a new opportunity to be a healthier, more present, more aware version of myself for my family. The products I use on my children daily as well. None of us, we don't get sick anymore. My children suffer with attention issues as I have growing up. We've never needed medication to treat them. There's a drink, there's brain food. I mean, this company is truly a cellular activation, science-based company that has found a way to get this idea of activating your cells to do something that they're already naturally supposed to do, to get them to do it. And through that, we have changed so many people's health. But what I didn't realize was going to happen was that by just doing what felt natural to me, teaching, right? Educating people, just sharing the information, right? A kid could go to school, kindergarten through 12th grade, but that doesn't mean they're going to go to college. They have to make the decision to go to college. So I can teach them, but then the decision is theirs. And what I have realized after doing this business for just 4 years is that when you empower people with education and knowledge and understanding about a way to make their lives better and their health better, and they decide to do it, and they decide to do their research and check and try and go out on a limb and just look at it, their lives change and their health changes. And as you change people's health, and as they then tell other people, which changes their health, you see that this business model works. This is a publicly traded company with peer-reviewed studies and patents on products. You will never find this activation down the street at the health food store. They tried that business model and it didn't work because there's a story, because people don't know what activation is. They know what supplements are, but these are not supplements. This is different. This is turning on your body to do what it's naturally supposed to do. So as I was hearing all of these people share, because every person who has shared on this call today so far is on my team, has been introduced to this business through somebody that I introduced to the business. They love the products, they love the business. They started telling people about it, educating other people about it, empowering other people about it. They loved it. They told other people about it, empowered, educated other people. And now look, just because I was open-minded and I said yes, and I tried it, look at all these lives that have changed. Jackie is like 17 people down on my downline in my business. But if I wouldn't have said yes, and if I wouldn't have been open-minded to this, then she would still be suffering, right? Tara would still be working in the office with her kids sitting behind her. I am at a point in my life now, just from sharing this information, that I am gonna be retiring from teaching, hopefully at the end of this year, because I'm now making significantly more in this business than I do as a teacher, but I'm still continuing to educate people because that's what it's all about. We are not in sales, let me tell you. Yes, this is a network marketing company, but we are not in sales. We are in empowerment and education because that's what this is all about. Like Kamaili said, if you had access to an iPhone 12, why would you keep using a flip phone, right? Like, why not? That's our job, is to be the best version of ourselves. Those of us that are parents, that is our job, to teach our children to be the best version of ourselves. And the only way to do that is to grow. So don't let the silly stigma of network marketing cloud your ability to hear what we are saying about these products, to hear what we are saying about this business model, because this business model works. And it works because this company has integrity. This company is an authentic company, and the products over-deliver. The products speak for themselves. You've heard it on this call, it works. And I am a testament to the fact that the business works. And the beautiful thing about this business that I'm gonna leave you with today is the idea of leverage. I introduced one person to this, my best friend, Katie. She introduced her sister to this. It just started happening. And now on my lunch break, I'm able to speak on a call, but I taught my kids this morning, and I'm gonna teach my kids this afternoon, and I'm gonna go back to meet with my team and be a teacher. But while I'm being a teacher, my team is working all over the globe. This is a global business. So to think that just by introducing this to a couple of people, the ball starts to roll and the business starts working without you even doing it. This is a total game changer. Your health will be changed for the rest of your life. If you choose to do the business and link arms with us, we will all become your teammates. We will all become your family, and we will help change the world one cell at a time, one bank account at a time. And this has been the most beautiful gift in my life. So thank you for taking the time to listen today. I hope that you heard something that resonated with you. I hope that you can open your mind to the possibilities in the future, do your own research, whatever you need to do, but definitely get back to the person who introduced this to you and who brought you here today. Because like Jackie said, it took a lot of guts to reach out to you because of all the stigmas, but let me tell you, it's worth it. It is 100% worth it. So enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Aloha Thursday. And thank you for inviting me to share on the call.
Thanks, Sarah.
Everyone. Thank you so
Hey,
much,
everybody,
Sarah.
Thank you.
And please reach back out to the person who did invite you, because we would love to share and to talk about what you really enjoyed and how it hit your heart. So mahalo for being here. We'll see you next week, same time, same day. So aloha no.